Hey, what is going on, everybody out there? This is Jakejames Lugo. Welcome to the channel and welcome to a brand new episode of JJ's One Man Podcast. This is my solo show. It's kind of like a quick podcast show that I throw up here on YouTube every once in a while. And I also give exclusives over on my Patreon page. If you guys haven't checked out my Patreon as of yet, you guys need to do so. There's a lot of exclusives over there. But this is going to be one of those free episodes I throw up on the YouTube channel because I want to talk to you guys about some important stuff. I want to talk to you guys about some things that I feel like is not only relevant and kind of pertinent to not only games journalism, media, content creation, influencers, and all this stuff. But I feel like, in relation to some stuff that happened to me recently, I feel like is a good teachable moment. And I can feel like, a lot of you guys listening to this now who have been supporting the channel and stuff, enjoy and at least appreciate whenever I throw out little nuggets of food for thought for you guys out there. But anyway, let's dive right into this. So hopefully you guys are going to get a lot out of this. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Please leave a like on this video. Go ahead and leave some comments down below as you're listening to this, or if you finish listening to this episode. There's going to be a lot for me to unpack here because I got a lot to speak on with some things that happened to me as of late over the last, I want to say, week or so, give or take, a week and a couple days and change, I should really say. But here's the main deal of stuff. I wanted to talk a little bit about ethics. I'm not talking about ethics in games journalism. I know that's a phrase that's like super toxic right now. People get all up in arms about this stuff because they think I'm going to talk about something that I'm not really going to talk about. Okay, so let's just get that out the way right now. Okay, we are going to talk a little bit about ethics though, and we're going to talk a little bit about some stuff when it comes to reviewing games, reviewing products, or just being a social media influencer or a content creator or a games media person, what it really means to tackle the subject of ethics. Now, for me, how this all relates to what happened to me recently, okay, I'm going to kind of, take away some names here and there because I'm not going to put people on blast because I want to focus more on the lesson as opposed to the individuals. You know what I'm saying? So here's the main thing. Recently, over on thecoalition.com, I obviously do a lot of reviews for products, a lot of reviews for games, and a lot of other things that I'm pretty sure some of you guys have actually seen or actually taken a look at over on the website or even here on YouTube. Not so much on this channel, but more on the Coalition's YouTube channel. Again, I've been very open about that stuff, and I think one person should be open about that if you're going to be doing multiple stuff across, various different outlets or, again, just being involved in a lot of this stuff. So in the meantime, again, I've been doing a lot of different reviews for the website, and one of the things I wanted to do more of as of late, moving into 2019, was a lot more big product interviews, or not interviews, big product reviews for the website and also the YouTube channel. I wanted to start reviewing more gaming chairs. I wanted to start reviewing other PC-related products, other game-related items and accessories for consoles like Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. And for the most part, I've been able to start accomplishing that, which is great. However, I haven't really been able to do a lot when it comes to a lot of bigger items, when it comes to like gaming chairs, tables, wall units and stuff like that, because I feel like it's important to touch on that stuff, even though, again, I do primarily more gaming related stuff as far as games themselves or other smaller related products to different consoles and stuff. But I want to be able to offer that content to everybody. So I've been going around to various different companies trying to reach out to them when it comes to actually going up to them and being like, hey, I want to be able to review some of your products. I saw some of your chairs. They look dope. I would love to review them for our audience and stuff like that. Typical stuff that you would find with most content creators out there. Again, if you're brand new on YouTube or you're really just starting out on YouTube, you go through all this same type of stuff. Everybody goes through this, right? And even us in the games media, for various different outlets, especially if we're not a big outlet like an IGN, a Kotaku, a Polygon, a Rock Paper Shotgun, or GameSpot, or any of these other places, we all have to go through the same motions. And more than half of the time, I should really say, it doesn't always end up in our favor. We don't always get to review that product or to get to review that certain game or certain thing that we think is interesting that we would love to talk about. It doesn't always happen like that, especially not immediately at first. And that's always cool. There's nothing wrong with that. However, there is this line, however, that most people do have to walk very, carefully across, or at least along, I should say, when it comes to ethics. Ethics, how this all plays into this, is that most of the time, a lot of people like to throw accusations around and say, hey, you're reviewing something and you're giving it a positive review because you got it for free or all this other stuff. No, that definitely does not always happen, and that's not always the case. There are instances when that does happen and people do get called out on it, but the majority of people, myself included, and many others that I've come across in the industry, they don't really do something like that, which is great, which is awesome, and it only really helps out not only us as creators and content creators and media people, but also helps out you guys, the audience who are checking out this stuff. But every once in a while, there's this impasse that most of us come to, and we really have to not only show a lot of integrity, but also really question a lot of things when we come to this impasse. So what do I mean by this? Well, I'm going to tell you guys the story. Basically, in my quest to like look around for different, gaming related chairs and other stuff from various companies to review and make content on, I come across one company and I start talking with them. I'm not going to say who the company is. I'm not going to put them on blast like that. But again, you could apply this to any sort of like, company out there as far as the life lesson here that I'm going to tell you guys. So I started talking with them and I was interested in reviewing their chairs and I was interested in doing content for them on thecoalition.com. And one of the things that they told me is that they were interested in having a long relationship, which is great, be able to review and cover a lot of different products as opposed to just being one and done with a company is much more better than actually just trying to get something immediately for free from people, which is what a lot of individuals get caught up on. But this company in particular had a couple, stipulations, I should say. They're not really demands. They weren't really demanding anything from us, and I don't think anybody was demanding anything from anybody whatsoever. But they did have some stipulations, and one of the stipulations was that they wanted to have an ad or banner on the website for a set period of time before they send us anything to review or anything to cover, any sort of product or unit that we were going to take a look at, in this case being a gaming chair. And the funny thing about this is that this is a very weird and gray and uncomfortable area to be in when actually tackling stuff like this, because where I was really struggling with the question, in my head, and really where I went to go seek some counsel and some guidance from other people that I know that are part of the industry. Again, not going to mention who they are, but they were some wise people that I went to for some advice and for some info and some food for thought on the matter. Is that where I was really getting caught up on is like, why would I actually go and review a product, or at least, not go and review a product, but why would I go and have ads on a website for whatever reason, okay, doing different stuff, right? And not have a review or any sort of coverage on the website. Why would I advertise a company or advertise a product for a company for a set period of time? By the way, for an advertisement that they are not paying for. If you guys didn't know, a little transparency for you guys. On the Coalition and most other websites, they have different companies that pay for ad space, to put up a banner, to put up any sort of like, advertisements on the side or the top of the website or on the bottom of the website. That's standard practice, and that's what helps at least allow a website to thrive and to continue going and making content and stuff. Nothing wrong with that. That's totally fine. That's business and stuff. But where it starts to get really gray and starts to really kind of get out of the way and really weird is when the company starts saying like, hey, we'll give you this stuff if you give us this advertisement. If you do this type of stuff for us, we'll give you this. When it comes to certain products and certain things, we'll treat you good in a certain way if you're able to kind of give this to us. That's when things start to get really weird and start to get really unethical, quote unquote. And for me, where I really struggled with the question was like, okay, this long-term relationship would be really great to cover these types of products, to cover this gaming chair and all this other stuff. However, why is it that we have to give them a free advertisement for a certain amount of time in order for them to send us the product? Is like, or are they really like that, like worried about, their product actually being reviewed by us? Do they not have a lot of confidence in it? Like, there's a lot of different questions that come up. Now, again, to be totally transparent, in the past, for various different products I've reviewed, again, from companies like Astro Gaming, companies like Turtle Beach, and other companies that have given us products for me to review and that we posted content about, they never once asked us to put an ad on the website. We always come to this understanding that we offer that ability for companies to pay for ads, which is a totally separate thing from editorial. Again, IGN struggles with this all the time because the perception is like, oh, they're getting ads and they're giving products good reviews. That's not the case. It's two totally separate departments, and they're totally completely removed from each other. So the editorial and the review aspect of stuff is never affected by the banners, the ads, and all this other type of stuff that has nothing to do with actually checking out the product. So that's like a real big, was a big deal for some people, especially if you're talking about ethics in journalism, ethics in games journalism, and all those types of things. So for me, that's where I was really getting caught up, is like, how am I really going to actually allow an ad to be on the website when I've never actually covered or never actually reviewed the website, let alone they want us to have that up for about up to 3 months of a free ad that they don't pay for, okay? And it's in order for us to get the actual product to review. So we have to give them a free advertisement for a set period of time before they allow us to review their games or allow us to review their products in this case. Because again, it's not a game product, it was a chair. And I questioned that. And I was really confused of what I should actually do. So, like I mentioned earlier, I went to seek guidance from a couple of people that I trust, that have been in the industry for a long time, that I could really get something out of, and actually talking with them about it. And we kind of broke it all down. It's like, really, like, it's kind of weird when a company asks stuff like that. The other thing that they also asked too, which I should have mentioned before, but I'll talk about it now, is that they also had this kind of stipulation where we had to have keywords in the postings, which is not a big deal. Having keywords is good for SEO. That allows people to search for different stuff related to that thing, whatever it is you're covering, online and via search engines like Google and other stuff. So it gets picked up all over the place. But the company's asking you to put these certain keywords in there on top of the ads that they're asking for as far as the banner and stuff, on top of also including a link to get a discount for the stuff that you could buy from them, which again, multiple issues there, and there's multiple things going on. In and of themselves, individually alone, they're not a problem. Not having a link back to a company website when you think that whatever you're covering it is pretty good, there's nothing wrong with that. But then when that's the stipulation to get whatever it is you want to cover, that's where the problem is. That's where the gray area is, and that's where things and lines start getting crossed here. So after talking with the different people over some time, and again, by the time you guys are listening to this, it's already done, I decided not to go through with it. I decided to, like, something, that's a very big ethical breach, and that's a very big thing where I feel like, we wouldn't be honest with our audience doing that and then reviewing it later on. Even though someone like me has no problem reviewing whatever it is that's out there, it still would not be right towards our audience, and it wouldn't be right to do in general, trying to be professional in this industry, or at least, try to be a legit outlet in this industry. And that bothered me because the PR, the people that I spoke to, they were so upfront and like forward with it. It's like I even tried talking with them, going back and forth and trying to say like, hey, listen, we kind of can't put these ads up for a set up period of time, especially if it's like, to get this particular thing for us to do. And they were really insistent upon that. And I even went back to the guys over at the coalition and talked with them about it. I was like, do we really need to do this? Or is this really like a thing that's acceptable? Because I definitely, like anybody else, want the long-term relationship with a company to review their products. But at the same time, we're not over here trying to be walking billboards. We're not trying to advertise for a company, especially for free like that, offhand, in order to just review some of their products, which is, again, a whole bunch of ethical questions that get brought up. So I decided not to go through with it. I decided not to talk about it as far as, openly up until this point. And also I decided not to actually allow something like that to happen moving forward with me or anybody else at the coalition, because I just find that to be very questionable. What really bothered me, though, and what really stuck out to me more than anything else, was the fact that I went online, did a little bit of research while this was all going on, and I saw that other outlets were reviewing these products, and they weren't disclosing that they had to actually put up ads beforehand before they actually got the unit in, which I found very weird, because a lot of the outlets that are out there, especially smaller websites, get the same type of embargo details, get the same type of stipulations and other stuff that I would get. So whatever embargo details that you would get from PR, everybody gets them for the most part. They're all uniform in some way. And I just found it very weird how the reviews were going out there, and most of them were very positive and stuff. And some of them did disclose that they did get it from the company, but they didn't disclose that they had ads for the website, or at least on the website for that product. And they didn't say that that was the stipulation for them to get that, which I found very, very weird. It was very, very questionable, and it rubbed me the wrong way, to be totally honest with you. So that's the lesson there for you guys, to not only hold on to your morale, to not only be honest with what's going on, and also never be afraid to say no, and never be afraid to kind of, walk away from something when you feel like things are just very weird or very uneasy and you don't feel good about something. When your gut feeling is telling you like this isn't the right move or this isn't the right way to go about this, to walk away from it. I feel like that's where the lesson is for everybody. And it definitely, was in practice for me. This is why I'm telling you guys about it. But anyway, I wanted to bring you guys that story. I know it was a little bit longer than usual with these episodes. I try to keep them around or under 10 minutes and stuff, but this one went a little bit longer than usual. So, and I haven't done an episode in quite a while because I've been very busy. I've been really kind of busting my behind as far as getting reviews out, making new video reviews for you guys. I'm already working on my Garu Mark of the Wolves review, which I'm hoping to have up sometime tonight by the time I finish this, if not the following day. Again, it's just like recording some of the VO and actually putting everything together and putting it out for you guys. I want to make it good. I don't want to make it rushed. I want to make it really good for all of you guys out there that have been supporting me here on the channel. So anyway, let me know what what's up. Let me know your thoughts about all this stuff that I talked about in the comment section down below. Tell me if you guys agree or disagree with me, or if you have additional thoughts that you want to share. Put it down in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, of course, and as well, also, please, please, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for all my videos that are just like this one, you know, my one-man podcast, my other video reviews, my other great videos that I post up here on the channel, you know, different like reactions and stuff. I've been doing a lot out here, okay? I'm really trying to blow up the YouTube channel and really trying to make it something special for you guys. So also, big shout outs to Jasmine Russell for supporting me at the Beast tier level on my Patreon page. You're getting shout outs for the entire month and every single video and stuff like this and everything else. If you guys want that same type of love, if you guys want to show some support and show some love to me over there, definitely check out my Patreon page. There's links in the description box below. Anyway, I will talk to you guys again very soon. Peace out and stay epic, everybody.